So here we are in historic Little Falls, New Jersey. It's a hot day, so we're standing in the shade, and if you hear the sound of rushing water, that's because behind me is the falls that the town is named after. This is the Morris Canal, actually, which was used to transport iron ore between the Delaware and Hudson rivers back in the 1700s, and this has been here for actually going back to the 1600s. The town was originally settled in 1868 by the Speer family, and then later was officially founded in 1711. This is obviously a very old town. It has a lot of history. It's well known for this place that we're at right now, which is called the Mill, which was a carpet mill owned by the Beatty family, or Beatty family. I'm not exactly sure how they pronounced it, but that's part of what made this town grow, was the carpet mill. In addition to the iron ore transport that was going on. And one other thing which the town is known for is it had a brownstone quarry, and that brownstone has been used in historic places like the Trinity Church in New York City, and also the Washington Monument, in the building of the Washington Monument. So there's a lot of history in this town. This is a really cute historic town, and you're going to see some unusual things here, like this canal itself. And we're going to take a look around this town. We're going to show you a few properties. If you like this video and you'd like to see more just like it, then please like and subscribe, or give us a text, call, an email, which the contact information is down below. We'll be happy to help you, because Greg and I help people just like you move to this town, move to North Jersey every day, and we help people in North Jersey list their properties as well. So please feel free to reach out. We just showed you the mill and the Morris Canal. Very cool historic area. One of the things I wanted to point out about that is that all of those buildings that we looked at, those are all condominiums now. So the carpet mill that was there previously, which incidentally was powered by the water that was flowing by, they had a water wheel, that's what powered the mill, that is all condominiums now. This whole area actually has had a lot of condominium development, and there's some rental apartment development. It's primarily about 70% ownership and 30% renters. The other thing I wanted to point out about Little Falls is that there are 2 train stations in the town that take you to New York City. So it's a great commuter town as well. So you've got one that's called the Little Falls Station, and then you've got another one which is at Montclair State University. The Montclair State University is one of the best state schools in New Jersey, and it's situated partially in Montclair and partially in Little Falls. It's a very big school, and there's I think over 250 majors that you can study there. So there's a lot of really useful things in this area. If you're gonna have a family and raise a family here, you've got great schools. In fact, on niche.com, Little Falls schools are rated at an A. So the town has a very good reputation for education. Now, this house that we're looking at right now, it's a Cape Cod, $475,000 it's listed for. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's got a sun porch, as you can see. It's got parking for 5 cars. You've got a garage that fits 2 cars, and you've got a driveway that can fit 3 cars. They pack a lot into this little lot. But this is what Little Falls is known for, is these Cape Cods, these smaller homes. And it's what makes it affordable and a place where you can get a starter home in this area. And it's also, a great alternative to the more expensive towns around it, like Montclair and Glenridge and so forth. So I urge people, when they're looking for property in North Jersey, especially if they're first-time home buyers, to look at towns like this, because they really offer a lot of value for the money. I would say on a dollar per square foot basis, this is going to be your best bet. It's not new, it's built in 1928, but a lot of people spend some money and they renovate these properties. They do a really beautiful job. People take good care of the neighborhood. You can see that the lawns are manicured. In fact, you can hear someone mowing his lawn right now. That's not uncommon around here, but you've got great transportation options with the trains. You've got access to the highways like Route 46, the Garden State Parkway, Route 80, and so forth. So it's a really great opportunity for new first-time home buyers, for home buyers that don't have, you know, $750,000 or more to spend. You can get in here for, like this property, for $475,000. So that's why I love Little Falls. We're making a stop along the way because I want to show you the Morris Canal Greenway Trail. This is a running, walking, biking trail that is in Little Falls, and it extends pretty far. In fact, the Morris Canal ran for about 100 miles. This greenway, as they call it, is actually the old train line. So originally, all of the transportation in this area would happen on the Morris Canal in the water, and then when trains came along, they changed it over to be a train line. And this is the former train line, which is now a great green space for people to exercise and to get out into nature. And that is a huge draw for this area. I would say that's a great reason that Little Falls is so popular these days. Here we are at our second home in Little Falls, and you know, this town is a great town for commuting to New York City. In fact, it's only 17 miles to New York City. There are lots of commuting options. There's train stations, there's buses, 2 train stations. One is in Little Falls and one is at Montclair State. And there are buses at various intersections around the neighborhood. Additionally, it's 12 miles to the Newark International Airport. So if you're a frequent flyer, you've got pretty easy access. You can get there in about 20 to 30 minutes on a reasonable day, and sometimes there's a little more traffic, but this is very well located for commuters. The other thing is, if you're a commuter and you drive a lot, well, take a look at this driveway. I mean, this driveway can fit probably 8 to 10 cars, plus you've got a 2-car garage. Tremendous. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the house itself that we're talking about here. It's listed at $689,500, and it is a 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath Colonial. It's got a beautiful porch you can see over there. It's got an unfinished basement. It's got an unfinished attic, which means that you have potential to make this into a much greater value of a home. You can renovate the basement has a high ceiling height. You know, we went through this, we'll share some pictures with you, but the basement has a high ceiling height, and the attic has a great ceiling height as well. So some insulation, some waterproofing, and you're good to go. And that would add value to this house, which is one of the reasons why some of these old houses are such a great opportunity for buyers, because if not everything has already been done, you're going to pay a lower price for it, and you're going to be able to add the value and then get that equity out of the house when you either sell it or you could even borrow against it. So this house is a great example of that type of opportunity. And at $689,500, relative to the other areas around like Montclair and Glenridge, it's a pretty good value. And you know, I'm not saying it's inexpensive, but for North Jersey, this is pretty reasonable. Other things that I can tell you about this area, you can see, we'll take a look around the neighborhood, but you can see that some of the, you know, you've got some old growth trees. It's a neighborhood that's been established for quite a while. There is new construction, but the new construction is mostly condominiums on the main roads. And you've got some townhomes and things like that, some rental apartments, but most of this town is these, you know, small to mid-size homes, really charming. The town itself is very walkable. You'll see, I mean, even as we were filming, there was 2 couples walking by. We thought they were going into the house, but they were just walking by. And it's a real friendly, and even according to what I read on niche.com, it's a very diverse town. It's got a lot of, you know, it's got an arts community. It's got all kinds of things in this area that often are, you know, often included in these. It's sort of like, I would call it an urban suburban type neighborhood where you're not far from urban, but it's truly suburban. So this is a great house for the money, for $689,500. Great opportunity to add some value and build equity, and a great neighborhood. In fact, it's real quiet. You can sort of hear there's not a lot going on, although I think this car is going to turn into the driveway. Here we are at our third property. This property is listed for $865,000. This property is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath Colonial. It's got two-car garage. It's got parking, additional parking as well. You can see behind me it's been renovated recently. It was renovated in 2017. They put in a gas fireplace. It's got a finished basement, oversized bedrooms. The master bedroom is oversized. It's a really nice property. This is at the high end of what you're going to probably see in Little Falls. This community generally has a lot of smaller, slightly lower priced homes, maybe a little bit on the older side, not quite as old as towns like Montclair, but these might have been built in the 20s and the 50s and so forth. This house was renovated, as I said, in 2017, so it's got a lot of nice updates. In fact, we'll take a look down the street. There's some other houses that have been renovated as well. It looks like this area has really been up and coming. In fact, some of the trees and the shrubbery is new, so you don't see a lot of the big old trees that you see in a lot of this area. What you'll see are a lot of the smaller newly planted trees and shrubbery. So this house is it's priced a little bit high on a per square foot basis. There's 2,380 square feet, so it's about it's in the mid 300s per square foot. I'd say it probably is going to go. It might go for a little less than the asking price. But today's market, you don't know because there's so many variables. There's not enough inventory is one of those big variables. Nonetheless, it's a great property. You can see that it's been well taken care of. They even have new sod for the lawn, and a lot of people are looking for property in this area. That's another point I want to make. Little Falls is a very cute little village community. There's great transportation around here. There's parks. There's even a greenway space where you can walk and bike ride. It's a very desirable town. In fact, it's one of the more searched towns on YouTube when we did a little bit of research about this. Greg and I like this town. We've been here. You know, we show a lot of stuff here. It's a big town, especially for newer home buyers. There's affordable properties. In fact, as we showed you from the first property, it was in the 4s. That's very unusual to find in a lot of the surrounding towns. Other things around here, you've got the post office, you've got little shopping plazas, there's a mall, not in this town, but the Willowbrook Mall is in Wayne, and you've got a lot of conveniences. People who live around here like to walk their dogs. It's a very walkable neighborhood, and overall, a great option if you're going to be moving to North Jersey. Speaking of moving to North Jersey, if you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, please like or subscribe, and feel free to take a look at our contact information below and give us a call, email, text, and we'll be happy to help you look for a property in this area as well. Just wanted to make one more stop and tell you about something really cool. The house behind me is the Speer house, which was built in 1680. It's one of the oldest houses, one of the oldest still standing homes in New Jersey, and probably in the whole United States. This house was built by the first settler of Little Falls. And I mean, you could see it's got an old part and a newer part. It stayed in the Speer family. It was built by one of the Speers, S-P-E-E-R, and it stayed in that family until I believe it was 1932. That's how long it was in that one family. You can see behind me that some of the stones, there's old sandstones, and the house was actually built with clay, not concrete. But over time, the clay hardened to become like concrete. So that's why it's still standing. So very cool piece of history here, not only for Little Falls, but for the entire state of New Jersey. So thanks for watching. If you like this, please like, subscribe, send us a text, email, schedule a conference call. We'll be happy to help you with your next listing or with your next move to the North Jersey area.